Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, continuing our focus, reviewing what transpired in Ekiti. Mr. Babatunde Ogala joins us now. He is a legal practitioner first. He is also a former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Thank you for coming on this morning.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
Well, were you surprised at the turn of events? What was your view on what happened?
Well, certainly surprised, because one wasn't expecting the election to go the way it went. By one's projection, one had thought that with the reported performance of the incumbent governor, that the election could well have been taken to have been lost on one. And then the opponent too, if one looks at the background, at the fact that the man was a former governor, and the circumstances in which he left office as governor, one would also have thought that it was most unlikely that he was going to be declared winner of the elections.
But then?
Be declared winner or win the elections?
Well, declared winner by
If you win,
okay.
You could win and not be declared winner.
To have been declared winner
presumably
means he won the elections. And also when his opponent had already conceded. So I think we need not play on political semantics.
Yeah, but no. You do know that they do mean, considering our history, it is very important that we use the words that we mean. And I would know that you would be very deliberate with your words. I had to point that out because I wanted to know if you had any additional meaning
declared
to
winner.
that.
Yes.
Did you have any additional meaning to that, or would you
Absolutely
rather have
none.
said he won?
Absolutely none. He won. He was adjudged the winner of the elections.
Okay.
Did the APC, do you think they underrated how the election was going to go?
Well, you see, I can't speak for APC. I'm not here to speak for a party. I was not part of the preparation or planning for the elections or to know the mindset if they underrated or overrated or did not rate their opponents. So that's why I said I speak from my own perception of what transpired. And I must confess, I never was in Ekiti to conduct a poll, to know the level of preparations and what have you. But from what one could see, one would assume, I don't think in warfare you ever underrate any opponent anyway. So I would assume that the opponents, the All Progressive Congress or the governor, never had reason to have underrated the opponents. But I think what is most important is Ekiti has spoken. Ekiti have said, this is the man we want. Kayode Fayemi, perfect gentleman, has considered defeat, has congratulated the winner, as Makwe wants me to to call it, has congratulated him, has already commenced the process of a smooth transition. And I think that for me is the talking point. That for me, it's a lesson for all of us in our electoral process. That for me shows a level of maturity. It shows the act of statesmanship. It shows a direction that I pray and I hope we who are involved in the political process would learn from. Now, this thing is not about that. I mean, the last time one heard such a thing was the disputed elections between ex-President Bush and then Vice President Al Gore, where the Florida process was faulted. Al Gore said, and that was the mark of a statesman, it shouldn't be about me, it's about the United States. And in the interest of the states, whatever misgivings he had, I mean, from the Fayemi speech, there's no doubt he had these misgivings. No doubt about it. There's no doubt there are talking points that one would have even thought the militarization of the states, harassment as reported, the governors coming for rallies and all of that. But what Fayemi has shown is that the state should be more important than our personal, individual interests.
You know, that's very, very key here, very important. And the way you highlighted it
I think that is the lesson for all of us, especially the political class.
Allow me to come in here, because you also went further to talk about a smooth transition, which is also key here. We saw them on live television.
Before you go on, Sulaiman, I must also not fail to commend Fayose for his reaction to that hand of fellowship. He is no winner, no victor approach to it. And he even said, Fayemi is my brother. It's about Ekiti. We are going to work together, including the other gubernatorial
that is what
my wish and my prayer is that he walks the talk.
Let me key this in, because before it leaves me, because the transition, which we have actually termed a smooth one, which they have started. Yeah, they have started already. Hopefully, how can you marry that with this headline we're getting to see on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, which says, I will create more local governments before handing over, attributed to Dr. Fayemi, the governor of Ekiti State. It's on page 2. So if he's leaving and he's saying he's going to create more local government area, how does that ensure some form of smooth transition?
Well, see, I will not imagine that the incoming governor would frown at any process that will bring development to the states. I wouldn't imagine. If creation, I mean, like we have observed here, a transition process has started. And we do not know what they discuss at their meetings. We do not know what is being handed over. And we should also not forget that the fact that elections have been held does not mean governance has stopped. Because we must distinguish between politics, elections, and governance. Fayemi remains the governor until sometime in October, and he can still take executive actions even a day before his tenure expires. So if the creation or proposed creation of local governments, if it is going through due process of the law, and that is what is most important. I also read it that a report has been submitted, being considered for ESCO, a referendum will be conducted. If a referendum could be conducted the way the elections were supposedly conducted, and if it is the wish of the people, I am certain, I am sure that no governor, the governor-elect, Ayo Fayose, will not frown at any process that will bring development to Ekiti.
But from all indications, I mean, given the Lagos scenario where at the moment those local governments that were being created and LCDAs is inchoate, the process is rather long, and he's not going to be completed before October.
No, nothing says it cannot be completed before October.
The National Assembly has got to also give a word to it.
He will do his bit. Government is a continuous thing. It's like telling me because he has started projects or that are under construction, roads, or what have you, because a new government is coming in, they should stop.
No,
sir.
These are two different things.
It's a continuous process. Nothing. If they start the process, I don't know how long the process might take. It will come to the Executive Council. It's going to go through the process of the houses of the House of Assembly, who will pass the resolution, pass it, and you transmit to the National Assembly for listing. It is a continuous process. Of course, the referendum too will be held. So it is a continuous process. If he does not conclude the process and nothing says, he must conclude it. I mean, and if he must conclude it, if that is my goal, to complete the process that I've started, what is most important? He must abide by the due process of the law.
But you know,
anything short of that. And you see, when we use the Lagos example of 2003 and what it is now, like Fayemi again and Fayose have displayed, politics is now a game. Elections are now seen as games where defeats are considered. In the past, it was... Let me give you a joke. Over the weekend, I think precisely on Sunday, I met somebody, a lawyer, and we were talking about Ekiti. And he said, in Yoruba, he said that business has arrived for us. Now, such persons are disappointed that there's no business. There will be business for the lawyers. There will be, the courts will be kept busy. Business for those who are going to do forensic analysis. It's huge business
If you had
of
gone to
election
court.
petition. So that has also been taken away. And then the attendant tension
Leading up to the election.
leading even in the judicial process. The governor cannot concentrate on his job. He's always looking up over his shoulders. What is the court? Are the courts saying? There is pressure on the courts. There is pressure on council. There is pressure on governance. There is tension among the people. All that, Fayemi, by what he has done, has taken away.
But, you know, there's this...
So, for me, I think if he starts the process of the local government, what is paramount to me is it must follow the due process of law. And if he does not conclude it, he is determined to conclude it. If he cannot, I mean, like I said, government is a continuous process. The incoming government might review it, might say, okay, it's unnecessary, but what is most important, from what both of them have displayed, the statesmanship, we hope they will continue in that spirit in the interest of Ekiti.